Let's call the meeting to order.
Agnes Varnarski, Chairperson.
Present.
Dana Syvertson, Commissioner.
Here.
John Comish, Commissioner.
Here.
Ed Madden, Commissioner.
Here.
Louis Shawtroop, Commissioner.
Here.
I'm Jill Moskow, Commissioner. Seth Marcus is absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you. And let's have approval of the minutes of the board meeting of November 13th, 2025.
I make the motion that we approve the minutes as so beautifully crafted by our secretary, Jill Moskow.
A second?
All in favor?
Thank you, Dana.
Aye. Minutes approved. And let's move on to old business, volunteer work days, winter projects.
All right, the winter projects are basically everything we do every winter. It's an invasive buckthorn, any woody species we decide to cut out. We're cleaning up snags, cutting up any debris so we can get things down, and we're taking
Fallen
out some
trees,
of the,
taking out Siberian elms.
taking out some more of the Siberian elms, open up the canopy, so it's nothing unusual for what we do in the winter. Anybody got any questions?
No.
We're going to be
Okay.
spreading seed really soon. The seed is almost.
Yeah.
All right, and then East Leiden High School work days.
Okay, they now want 6 visits a year.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm working with Megan on that. She's thinking the first ones are March and April again. So we'll see. That's incredible. I mean, they're coming all the way from Franklin Park, and they're bringing 30 to 40 or 50 kids every single time. They work for 3 hours and then have a snack and go home.
Do we have enough to entertain them in March and April?
Right, that's the question.
Yeah, that's,
We should invite them to be in our parade.
There you go.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Fill the
Oh, that's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
fill the ranks.
Yeah, we're
Some young
gonna,
blood in,
It'd be what?
some young blood.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to have to figure that out because, cutting, burning,
Yeah.
because that would be, 40 students plus 30 of our regular volunteers. We could have 70 people.
Well, we could go back to the areas that we manage for ComEd and work there. So
That's
the
true.
Remnant Prairie and the Remnant Sedge Meadow. It's not as exciting as a slough, but
Have we had any interest from the Sierra Club for another April? Because that might be a
no,
tie-in.
not yet. Not yet. There was a meeting of the Sierra Club tonight, so.
Okay, because we could tie in maybe the students and
Yeah.
the Sierra Club and just have one major one. That would be a great event.
There was a lot to do with that Sedge Meadow.
There is,
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, but we need adequate people to be supervising, too.
Yes,
Think
absolutely.
of that.
Yeah, yeah. Right, okay.
Well, we'll chew on that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Prospect Heights Public Library Park District events, Nature Speaks.
All right, Nature Speaks, we have Allison Sacerdote-Villette coming again. She's got a new talk that she just gave that was absolutely unbelievable. It's about what they do there at Peggy Notebart Museum and with the amphibians, and it's going to be a very, very nice talk. So that's in February. I'm working on Bill
No,
Glass.
February what? What date?
Let me look at my phone. I think it's the 19th.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
While he's looking, this is a really nice tie-in.
Yeah, it's February 19th.
Okay, February 19th. It's a really nice tie-in to consider salamander habitat. And
Correct. She's going to come out and visit us and talk about salamander habitat, where we could actually, where it'd be the best, most probable.
because around the slough, we do have little ephemeral pools, but they're not completely ephemeral. And if we can convert them to a little bit more habitat, I think we could,
We've got a little pool under creation. Did you see it? So Greg put the stones down.
Yes.
And then it's kind of, there's another log. So it's a little pool.
a little pool, yeah. We can make it a little bit of a
Yeah.
nicer pool for salamanders, I think. And I've checked the iNaturalist site, and there are salamanders in the area. They're just not around the slough. It would be perfect.
It'd be nice.
So the spring speaker looks like it's going to be Bill Glass again. He's going to be giving his presentation on the Kodiak bears, which I've seen some of the photographs. They are absolutely just unbelievable. So that would be a really, really nice presentation as well. Beyond that, I've got a lot of asks out, but nobody's responded, so.
And the Bill Glass's one?
Bill Glass would be a spring.
Spring, okay.
Sometime in May.
Got it. Okay.
Again, please forward information as we need it.
Yeah, I'll send you Allison stuff when we get home.
Okay. Moving along, the project's update status, Public Service Pollinator Park.
It's basically down for the winter.
We have a lot of seed that we need to put down in that little wet area basin.
Yeah.
I'm almost done completely with the seed processing and weighing and getting everything.
Yeah, Seth came over on Wednesday, and we worked in there on Wednesday and got pretty much the lion's share of it
Right. Just a little
squared
bit.
away, so.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So we'll be seeding that soon. And then Hillcrest Lake Shoreline
All
Restoration
right, so the
Project.
Hillcrest, I give you guys all a sheet about the shoreline restoration of 2026, and this is section 3. I don't know if you guys all saw the map here. It's 3 and it extends
Section
over.
3 is just to the west of the section we did last year that was on the side on Hillcrest.
So this is about 150 linear feet.
Is that the,
It's based
You
on
want to just
severity.
sort of step back and talk about what we've been doing for 5 years and how we have funding from the city, and just in case.
I mean, everybody knows that except Freddie, I think.
So that's why
We
I'm
have a-
saying two maybe.
We have a 5-year project with the city. It's $6,000 every year to restore, naturally restore the shoreline at the Hillcrest Lake. And we've done 3 of those already.
Four.
4. We took off last year because we were too busy with the pollinator, the project at Public Service Commons. So we're back at it this year, and the next section is 150 feet long. It's very unique in that, and I'm going to give you this, this thing as soon as we're done with it. It's a situation where the shoreline is severely undercut, and it goes back in about 16 inches. All the native plants that are on top of it are holding the sod together. We looked at it today. John and I went out there, and we talked about putting a 16-inch core log in the undercut all the way down. So it'd be 150 feet of 16-inch core log that you see here on your diagram, and then putting an oak stake in front of it to hold it in place. Then we would come out 30 inches to 3 foot, depending, and put another 16-inch core log on the bottom of the lake, and then do the normal stakes and rope, and then that area in front of the core log that's filling the void in the shoreline would all be filled. So we figure it's roughly 42 yards of fill that has to go in there, so that's gigantic. And then erosion blanket over that, and then we would plant into that in that area. So the problem that we have here is that, of course, everything went way up from the last time we did this. So we have 30 16-inch core logs at 170 apiece. That's 5,100. We need 100 oak posts, $1.10 each, so it's 110. 2 erosion blankets at 65. That's 130. A box of staples at 42. 42 yards of screen topsoil delivered is 1722. 400 feet of rope at 456. Freight, and again, we would work with our neighbor Eric and his logistics company to see if they could do the freight for us. So that could possibly be down. If Haynes has to deliver it, it's going to be right $1,800. So the total is $93.60. So we're $3,300 roughly over budget on a $6,000 fixed thing that was set 5 years
Because of
ago.
the increase in materials, and this budget
Right.
was approved 5
That was
years
approved
ago?
5 years ago.
5 years
so,
ago,
Yeah.
right.
So
It was before COVID, too.
I guess, Freddie, the question is, how would the city like to proceed with that? You can have this paper here. It's got all the numbers and the diagram.
One of the thoughts, I think, is to, if there's any money left over in the budget, maybe we can,
Yeah, we
Well, the
can,
thought we had was,
well, we don't know.
well, we don't know.
We don't know how much we actually have left over.
After
Yeah.
we purchase everything,
Is this something that the Friends could donate money to?
it's possible.
It's possible, but I would sure hate to do that. I mean, this is a city project all the way.
Right.
You know, the Friends is trying to do stuff too, so. I don't know. I guess the first step is, Freddie, if you could run that by Peter and
Just see if
see if there's any leeway there.
if there's a leeway to use our regular budget money, if there's any left over before April 30th, if we could take that money from our original budget, because it wasn't slated for this project, and apply it to the shoreline restoration.
Yeah. All right,
Okay,
And see what we can do there.
right.
okay,
I know that, like you guys said, Peter kind of filled me in for this project.
okay.
I do know that materials have gone way up in the last couple of years, so.
Right.
We can definitely see what we can do about that, and I'll get back to you with data on this.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll have something for you guys.
Yeah,
by the next
okay.
meeting, or
Great.
before.
Thank you.
As far as the, well, that's jumping ahead, so.
So we'll talk about the budget in a later time. I have a question about
Yeah.
the shoreline. So is it a pretty like slow, there's not a really big drop off? Like we don't need another roll somewhere
No.
in here? No?
so I looked at that today, and, you know, what we had been doing is doing three
Right.
rows of the core logs. But the first row is at the same level as the ground.
Uh-huh.
And it's a waste of core log, actually, because you want to step off anyway.
Hmm.
So we take that core log instead, because this is so undercut, it's one of the most undercut regions around the lake. We stuff that core log underneath it, and then the natural drop-off that's there already just serves as the first step. We fill it in behind it, and then the next thing is right in the water. And you really only need 2 tiers there. So it's the ground, and then the next tier, and then you're in the water. We measured it, it all comes out and works actually perfectly with the 16-inch diameter logs, so.
Okay. That's a larger
And
log
it's
than we usually.
essentially what
we
we
use-
did on
Yeah.
the other side,
Yeah.
except we put a core log along the front. We didn't really need to, because it'd be, you know, if it just collapses down into the next level, it makes a slope, it'd be really nice.
Okay.
So,
So eventually when it degrades, it'll just
yeah,
follow that?
it'll create a
Uh-huh.
like little slope, kind of like Dana
The
drove.
difference
Okay.
between the surface of the ground where the existing plants are
Right.
and the top of that core log, and it's not to scale there at all, is 16 inches. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's roughly
Yeah,
a
that's-
16-inch drop, and it's graded.
It'll make a perfect
graded,
2-to-1
yeah.
grade,
Yep.
and that's what we're looking for.
great.
so, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. That's great. Thanks, guys, for doing that.
Any questions about the, timing-wise? John and I thought we would try to shoot for June 1st, the startup. John's going to be gone in July and August, so.
We could aim for it, but we also need those plants,
True.
Which plants?
the plants that go in there.
Oh, yeah.
When will
Well,
those be ready?
I mean, we've done it in August in the past, just because of those plants,
well, even if
too.
we get just the infrastructure taken care of,
Oh,
and
that's
we
true.
plant it
We
later.
could plant it later, absolutely. Yes, that's true.
Because we have to take advantage, and this would be a good project for Leiden East to come out with.
Absolutely. Boy, they'd love it, I think.
Yeah, and that would be a real completely different experience.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Obviously,
There
we
we
have
go.
the water level to contend with too,
That's true.
and who knows what Mother
Well, there
Nature's
was
gonna.
one year that we were kind of washed out, another
Yes.
year, like last year, it was fun, it was great, 'cause it was
Yeah.
very shallow. so,
Yeah,
Right,
very.
right.
Yeah, that could throw things off, I think
Yeah, but,
we have to be flexible.
right,
Yeah.
right. But June is good, because the spring rains are usually over, and
And we'll have interns in there to help with that as
Showers
well,
bring
so.
May flowers.
there we go. Yeah.
We'll see, you never know how much it's going to rain.
Yeah, you don't know, but it would be really nice to tie in. However, the Leiden East students, don't they,
Probably done in the middle of June.
right, they're done with school, so they're not going to have,
They're not opposed to coming out in the summer,
really?
yeah. So, I mean, I'll run it by,
Yeah, run it by
Megan tonight.
because that would be, it's a lot of work. And to
Yeah.
have those 40 kids come out with the wheelbarrows and.
well,
soil.
moving that dirt is going to be awkward because it's all planted. It's all prime native prairie on top.
Well, we'll do what we did on the other section there, and you gotta make little paths
Yeah.
that go through there, put some,
Yeah.
roots down or whatever.
Yeah.
and-
Right, and we'll just replant it.
I mean,
it's
this is
fine.
a ton of fill dirt to move.
But, these plants are gonna bounce back too, even if they get
Yeah.
trampled, they grow back the next
They do.
year. And so it's, it's not the worst thing in the world, it could be worse.
Right,
If we put we had the front end loader, if we ran it over with that thing, that would be a disaster.
yes, right.
Any questions about the,
No?
Okay, great. That's a great idea to get the Light and East students. The seed greenhouse program update. So we need to purchase some seeds. That's going to probably be the next purchase from our budget. We need to purchase seeds for the greenhouse program. We're going to need to purchase new cups and trays and all sorts of things. And then also, half of the seeds are out for stratification, and I'll be working through this weekend to get the rest of the seeds for stratification out there. Just have to process a little bit more, so, and weigh everything. And I'll send you the spreadsheet of the weights of all the seeds, and if you want to add comments about which species you think would be, we should grow more of, but that's,
we have to get those ordered pretty soon, right?
yes, because they need to stratify at least for 30 to 60 days, so we're running out of time. We'll have to order that really soon.
Okay.
So we'll send that to you for the order. At the latest next week. It'll have to be next week because tomorrow's Friday. So yes, next week we'll send the seed order. Okay, educational updates. MacArthur Middle School, nothing to report there. They haven't reached out to us.
We wrapped up with their seed day.
Right, so
and
we talked about that at the last meeting, I think. So they had a wonderful seed processing, seed collection day, and then I also brought those seeds, some of the seeds that they processed, back to the school, and all of the students were able to take home little packets of seeds. So that's nice. So we're spreading the seed all over, which is great. Wheeling High School also has not reached out yet. They usually do field trips. School just started over again. It's, it's winter, so I imagine that they're going to reach out. Mrs. Abad, I'm sure, is going to read out in the spring.
I was also told that Medea Habat was part of the Go Green Wilmette's presentation on sustainability in schools, and she had glowing things to say about us. Their video of that conference or that presentation is on their website, if anybody wants to see it. I haven't looked at it yet, been too busy.
Is
But
it-
it is on the Go Green Wilmette
Oh,
website.
okay, thank you.
And it's the episode on sustainability in schools.
Okay. District 214 Internships Initiative. We have received a request for a spring intern, one for now. That might be more than one. I want to do it. It's really fun. And I feel like I have an influence over these young
do.
minds, and
You do?
I really enjoy it. So it's a little bit of work, but 30 hours. It used to be a 60-hour internship. Now it's pretty much only 30. Used to be able to choose. And yeah, looking forward to that. If anybody ever wants to join us on these excursions, I invite all. Planting in the Parkway and Biofuel Program update.
I still need to schedule that meeting with Peter and Mark to get clarity on where the parameter is, if it's from the middle of the road or if it's off the road, because they both have two different ideas. So I need clarity on that so I can get back to the original family that reached out to us about the issue of their prairie garden on the road. So Mark was out of town recently, so he's back now, so we should be able to get that done.
Okay.
Okay.
Prescribed fall burns update.
We had one burn this fall.
But what a burn it was.
What a burn. We had high winds blowing off of Elmhurst Road.
Perfect conditions.
We had, what, 7 people in the crew?
Yes, we did. Very experienced crew members.
Yeah, Eric and Evie were both there. Isabel.
All of
we
our
had
former interns.
all three of them are former interns, and they come back to help. We've added 4 new people that have taken the certification, so the pool is
Larger.
much larger now. So the getting drop of the hat, scheduling a meeting or burns is going to be much easier to do, so.
Yeah, and we all have more experience, and, you know, those of us that have been burning for many years, and so it's great. Because sometimes, you know, we can only get like 3 or 4 people. I think we're going to be able to
Yeah.
really get a lot done.
Are we
In the-
expecting to do another burn?
In the springtime, yes.
Not until spring? Okay.
Yeah, we're still keeping an eye out.
Keep an eye out,
for the
but-
possibility of the burning the cattails in the winter.
But the conditions are
it-
rarely,
Rare,
Yeah.
very rare.
we've
But
been talking about it for years, but the conditions where the humidity is perfect and the ice is frozen, and it's just not, it hasn't happened yet. But I mean, we could burn it any time if the conditions are right, but usually it starts around March 15th. Yeah. All right, shall we move on then to continuous reporting? The budget.
All right, I handed you all a copy of the budget. I also emailed it. Freddie provided the numbers for us today. Basically, if you turn to the top of page 2, what we have left in our budget is $7,319.45. I sat down with, so we need to spend that for May 1st. Dana and I sat down today and went through some of the things that we need to order. And, do you have that list?
yeah, I do.
But it totals up to approximately, I think, around $5,000.
Yeah, give or
Just-
take.
Just give or take.
But what,
That's an estimate.
what Agnes pointed out tonight when we reviewed this is that there's no greenhouse supplies in there.
Not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
which is major, and then,
Yeah.
yeah, so that, it's pretty much the supplies that we need to order between now and May are going to fill up that $7,300 that we have left.
right.
So I don't think there's going to be a problem of any overage there.
There is
But-
one item that we would like to purchase
As a greenhouse supply, because it
as a
really
greenhouse
is.
supply, because it is, and that's a small hammer mill for processing seed. We found one for $500. It will do absolutely everything, it has all the flexibility of the big one, but it's,
Can you explain to everybody what a hammer
Right.
mill is?
a hammer mill is a device that you put the seed in, instead of breaking it over the, trying to break it apart by manually, pressing it against different grades of hardware cloth. You dump the seeds in the hopper, and the mill, depending on the size of the screens and the settings that you give it, will process the seed for you. So it'll break all the husks and separate the seed, and it just comes out in a bag. This is a perfect size, perfect expense for,
And especially for certain seeds, so the penstemon.
Penstemon
that we-
especially.
The penstemon for sure. I mean, people use all sorts of things. I mean, they're hammering,
Yeah.
and, I mean, that stuff does not break apart. And usually every year, what we do is we drive out all the way to Citizens for Conservation and ask to use their hammer mill, and it's a little bit of a trip. And then there's also other seeds that, I end up kind of spending days and days and days, even after our seed processing event, as I'm doing right now, that don't break apart easily. And I'm trying all different kinds of
like
methods. and-
cordgrass and.
like the cordgrass or the Monarda, that's another tough one. So there's a lot of, after we had 40 volunteers at this big, huge volunteer processing event, there was a ton of stuff left over. And it was the more difficult things that are hard to process, and this would just take that all away.
Well, the amount of seed we process every year and all that, to me, that's a no-brainer as
Yeah.
far as that.
Yeah.
Save a lot of time and energy from, everybody
Yeah.
involved,
Right.
especially.
I mean,
Should we vote on the expense of $500, or do we need to?
I don't think.
Or we just do
We
it?
were all in agreement.
I'm in
And it is a part
We
of our
order- We order
greenhouse
supplies all the
supply.
time without.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah, and it is part of our budget for
It's
greenhouse
part of our
supplies.
budget,
All
yeah.
right,
Does
Freddie,
the
I'll send
device,
you the link to order it. What's that?
does the device last? I mean, is this longevity?
Oh, yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good?
this is heavy industrial strength.
It's a heavy-duty thing. It's exactly like what the Cook County Forest Preserves and has and CFC, except a little version. So it's not like, you know, they collect thousands of pounds of seeds,
Yeah, they-
3,000. We collect about 100 pounds of seeds around each year.
So
But
this is a small.
perfect.
And it's a desktop unit, so it's perfect, absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it existed until we looked tonight. So the other things that we will need to purchase leading up to May will be soil,
for sure.
a couple of new auger bits. John and I talked about some carts today. There's surfactant and herbicide. There's greenhouse cups.
For sure, a lot of greenhouse. And then the signage, right? We
Yeah.
need new signs with the
Yeah.
stands. The stands keep breaking, so we
Yeah.
need to.
The stands are broken, the signs are really worn out. We milked the lives out of those things,
Yeah.
and the signs look
They're,
bad.
they're 12
So,
years old.
Yeah, they need a refresher.
Yeah, I think we refreshed some of them last year, but the other ones,
Yeah.
yeah. They go through a lot of
So
wear and tear.
we'll be putting together a comprehensive order and run it by everybody before we order it, but the hammer mill we'd like to order right away because we still have.
Pens
all
to
that
win.
Pens to win and cordgrass to process, so that'd be nice. And if there's any surplus left over when we're taking care of it, then if we could apply that to
To
the
the
shoreline.
shoreline.
That'd be
Okay,
ideal. Okay,
okay.
all right.
Can't imagine.
The Christmas donation,
Any questions about the budget?
No?
Fine job.
what is this?
Christmas donations for the 501c3, and we should probably just talk about that in the 501c.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Signage for First Responder Commons Project,
It's in the works.
okay. Prospect Heights Park District budget funding.
Freddie asked us for a rough budget number. I told him that it's probably going to be the same.
Wait, you're talking about, no, not Freddie, Prospect Heights Park District.
Oh, the Park District, yeah. Well, that's already done.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and then you're talking about
Yeah, we're talking about the city.
the city of Prospect Heights budget request, got it.
So
okay.
Freddie asked us for a rough number that he could give to Peter, and we told him it'd be at least the same or a little bit less or a little bit more. So right around that number.
That's clear.
Clear, yeah.
But that will, you said the deadline was 21st?
Yeah, that's when we're gonna have our
Okay.
conversation for that. That's why we said just a rough estimate, you know. We can always change those numbers later on, so don't worry about that. Just a
Okay.
rough estimate so we can have a.
Is that January 21st or
Yeah,
February?
January
Okay.
21st.
Okay,
I'm convinced we could get the hard budget to you by then, way before then.
Okay, sounds good.
okay. City civic meetings and PHNRC representation.
Okay. So this covers civic and committee meeting minutes November and December. City council meetings, a resolution was passed authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Prospect Heights and the Prospect Heights Park District regarding policing of park property. The agreement reinstated a prior arrangement allowing the police department to enforce both city and park district ordinances when responding to incidents on park district property. The new agreement does not include routine patrols or premise checks. However, it clarifies enforcement authority, particularly important given the park district's more restrictive e-bike regulations. Peter Falcone, administrator, informed residents that the city is sending an informational flyer regarding the proposed 2027-2030 road bond program, which would continue to fund road repairs as the current bond expires at the end of 2026. The flyer includes details about the program, a survey for resident feedback, and a QR code for access. Peter emphasized that the city will remain neutral and provide factual information to help residents make an informed decision. The next city council meeting is Monday, January 12th. Prospect Heights Park District Board meetings. As you know, the Park District Board approved the PHNRC prescribed berms for the 2025-2026 season as submitted. Ray Domer, Superintendent of Recreation, said the Art Walk 2025 concluded on October 31st on behalf of the Park District. Ray expressed appreciation to all the artists and organizers who contributed to the success of this program, helping to highlight the unique features of the Isaac Walton Park and the community. Ray said they look forward to bringing this event back in 2026 with a new theme. Mark Grassi, Superintendent of Parks and Facilities, said the Prospect Heights Park District has hired David Mack as the new Parks Department Supervisor. David will be responsible for overseeing the Parks Department, including all full-time and part-time park staff, managing daily, weekly, and seasonal tasks and projects, etc. Christina Farrow, Executive Director, said the circular drive improvements at the location on Wheeling Road by Tully Park have been deferred to 2026 as the contractor continues to work with the city for permit approvals. The park enter/exit signage has been ordered. The monument sign was delivered and is ready to be installed when the project is completed. Sean Hughes, Superintendent of Finance, HR, and IT, said that staff have been busy finalizing 2026 budgets. The Finance Committee met on December 8th to review projections, fund balances, and various 2026 budget items in preparation of the new fiscal year. The next scheduled Park District Board meeting is Tuesday, January 27th. The Planning and Zoning Board of Appeals met on November 19th. Nothing of significance to note. They did not hold a meeting in December. The next PZBA meeting is Wednesday, January 28th.
Thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, Friends of the PHNRC.
Okay, we have on 119 scheduled the retreat and the January meeting of the not-for-profit board. That has been arranged at a facility in Mount Prospect, I think.
It's in Park Ridge.
Park Ridge, yeah. That Marcia came up with. So we'll be conducting the retreat and the regular business.
Okay. New initiatives, Chili Fest. Well, it's not really that new, but
Yeah, Chili Fest has been scheduled for February 8th, which is a Sunday, and it's going to be at John's house again. Thank you, John.
Just
Thank you,
real quick,
John.
that's not the Super Bowl day, is it?
I don't know. Is it-
Oh,
Is it?
yeah.
like the Super, yo,
Like that Bears Super Bowl?
Oh, hopefully.
oh,
But that would
We'll
be
see about
appropriate,
that.
wouldn't
It
it?
would be fantastic.
So we could be
yes.
with everyone
oh,
and watch
and watch
game
the Super Bowl instead of,
If it is,
instead of eating.
we probably have to schedule it.
Yeah.
Is it February 8th?
We're looking.
Okay.
oh goodness.
With our luck, it is.
It is,
It is?
but it's a 6:30, which is,
Yeah.
don't we usually
Yeah,
meet?
people are they're gonna balk at that.
People
Yeah.
might balk at
They're
that.
going to have their own individual parties, right?
Yeah.
It's usually like all-day things, too.
Well, maybe it'll be a little more quaint, you know?
Wayne's?
Yeah, it's just if it's less people there.
That's true.
Well, I want to watch the Super Bowl, too.
We'll be out by 6:30, or we'll just stay with you and watch it with you.
Yeah,
Well, we can just, yeah,
that would be
end the
fun.
Chili Fest with the Super Bowl party.
It'll be a super chili fest.
Super Chili Fest.
It's up
Do you guys want to
I don't care.
reschedule or try to make it work?
What's John's schedule? 'Cause
It is John's schedule, so it's up to John.
It's up to John.
All right, let me,
We could query the volunteers, couldn't we?
well, no.
Well, it's up to John. It's
No.
his house.
Let me discuss it with Kristen, my wife, and we'll look at our calendar.
Okay.
And we'll see what
Okay.
we can
Okay.
come.
So Chili Fest to be determined.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, new
I
business.
have one item
Yeah.
to add to the new initiatives.
Okay,
We have decided that we're going to take our gallery slot at the library this
right.
year.
Oh, great.
And we're going to do a commissioners and Sunflower Group show. And the theme is going to be inspired by the natural areas of Prospect Heights. It's going to be open to paintings, photographs, sculpture, whatever. So from the Sunflower Group is Kate, Tamara, Andy, and Kathy O'Shea. And the commissioners that make art are John, myself, Agnes, Seth, and Louis. I haven't had a chance to ask you if you want to put any sculpture in.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a
So
call that
Louis
said
will
mine.
be added to that.
Okay.
So that'll be an interesting,
Are they for sale?
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we want to do an opening with the show. So the details are being worked out with
Lynn,
Linnell.
Linnell, yeah,
And Kate and I are meeting her tomorrow at 5 o'clock on Friday.
at 5 PM, So that it's in September?
Yeah, September 1st, the show opens.
September 1st, the show opens, okay. And then how many pieces?
That's what we're determining.
Oh, I see.
Well, with this many artists,
Ah.
each individual is only going to be limited to, I would think, 2 or 3 pieces.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
Tops.
Yeah.
I mean, so, yeah.
I only can put one piece in, I'm not really an artist. Like, I'm not like you guys, I'm not, you
Come
know,
on.
just one little baby piece that I'll be working on probably the whole time.
Okay, so that's my new initiative.
And this isn't taking place until September.
Yes, but, you know, there's
Yeah,
a lot
lots of
to.
time.
Yes,
Go.
well, that's what I always think. Well, lots of
Yeah,
time.
this is
No,
true, isn't that?
End of August.
How many years ago did we do this?
7 years ago to the day, to the month, rather.
To the month, we did that 7 years ago.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's where I bought my 2 paintings, John's
you
and
did.
Dana's.
Yeah, that's great.
It would be
Okay,
nice to have sculpture in there, too.
yes, and everybody involved, because I think it was just the commissioner 7 years ago, and now we have the Sunflower Group, and it's sort of the community, and
Yep.
with our natural areas, so it's really great. Does anybody have any announcements to the public about anything? No? We don't have
Any
any?
comments, Freddie?
She's not a visitor, so we don't, no, okay. All right, so then let's
I
call,
make the motion, we adjourn.
okay,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you so much.